5 things that kill attraction when meeting women. Make sure you listen until the end because number 5 is the most important. Also, if you want a free one-on-one consultation, click the link in my bio and we'll schedule a time. Okay, number 1, and I hate to even have to say this, it would be poor hygiene and appearance. A lot of men today don't actually take proper care to shower 2 times a day. And when in the shower, I've even found through doing a lot of consulting and through meeting people and getting feedback from women that a lot of men don't actually use a washcloth or any kind of scrubber to make sure they get the dead skin cells and properly get the musk off their body. You need to shower in the morning and night. And if you have a very rigorous day in the afternoon, maybe even a shower midday. For example, if you go to the gym midday, you're gonna wanna shower before continuing your day. But having a thorough cleaning routine is going to make sure that you look good and smell good and keep your skin clear. You also need to moisturize your skin, and yes, that applies to even my Caucasian brothers. You need to moisturize your skin because you don't want to be ashy, you don't want to have dry skin, and you don't want to develop early onset wrinkling. Also, make sure your nails are trimmed, fingernails and toenails. Make sure you apply deodorant. Cologne is optional. Make sure you keep a fresh shave. If you have a beard, make sure it's properly lined up. And you don't want to have a unibrow in the middle of your face. Make sure you moisturize your hair and make sure that your hair is well kept. Personal hygiene not only affects how you look and affects people's first impression of you, but it also kind of shows people how you value yourself. What you don't want to do is give the impression that you have a low self-esteem because you fail to take care of your own body. Next would be appearance. In your appearance, it is how you dress. You want to make sure that you take care into having a carefully selected wardrobe. You want to wear clothing that is well fitted and flatters your shape and physique as a man. You want to make sure that your color scheme of what you choose complements your skin tone. You want to have nice shoes. So don't be the guy who wears a graphic tee, some saggy shorts, and sneakers with high socks. Don't be that guy. You know, if you're gonna dress business, formal, or casual, again, get a nice blazer, nice dress pants, a couple of nice dress shirts or polos. Again, make sure they're well fitted. Have a variation of colors that complement your skin tone, and get nice dress shoes or loafers so that you look fly. You know what I mean? You want to look attractive to women. You don't want to look like a square. You don't want to look like you just left the office. You want to be able to go out to a social setting and actually look fly. Okay, if you're the kind of guy who wears t-shirts, maybe a Henley, a v-neck, and denim, maybe some boots, that's all good. Just make sure you have good quality clothing, good materials, and again, make sure it's all well fitted. Very important. Invest in your wardrobe. Again, it kind of reflects the level of self-esteem that you have. Number 2 would be men who are afraid. A lot of guys, when I go out on a boot camp and we go meet women in person at a social setting, a lot of guys have a very timid approach whenever they try to meet a woman. They walk up to the woman, they hesitate, they look visibly awkward. Sometimes you can even see like mild shaking. And I totally get it. Approach anxiety is a real thing, especially if you're not used to it. But you have to understand from the woman's perspective, if you're afraid to approach and speak to her, it kind of sub-communicates or indirectly communicates that you have fear in general. And a woman is not going to be comfortable going out with a man, having a man lead her, you know, just out and about in public or just in life if he has a lot of fear inside of him. So you need to get that down, get rid of your approach anxiety, learn how to be confident, and learn how to approach boldly with a level of certainty about yourself. It'll make the woman feel comfortable and put her at ease to follow your lead. Number 3, when you're in a conversation with a woman, whether it be a woman you just met out or a woman you're on a date with, don't talk too much. Learn the art of shutting the fuck up. A big part of being cool as a man is being able to lay back, ask the women questions, get to know the women, and put the emphasis of the conversation on the women. Don't be concerned about selling yourself or promoting yourself or trying to make a good impression. You dig what I'm saying? Or impressing her. You need to be so sure of yourself that when you're in the conversation, look, I know I'm handsome, I know I'm fly, I know I'm successful. I invest well into my self-development. But let me see about you, young woman. What do you have going on? Where are you from? What are your goals currently? What do you like to do in your spare time? What do you do for your own development as a woman? When you do that, it makes you appear very comfortable with yourself, very sure of yourself, but it's also flattering and charming to take a deep interest in the woman. Women don't want to sit around and listen to a guy brag and try and sell himself. It actually makes you come off as very insecure. Number 4 would be failing to lead. And I've seen this a lot, especially when you go out and you're meeting a woman for the first time, say at a bar or some kind of social setting. Let's say you open a woman, give her a compliment, get into a conversation, everything's going well. At a certain point in that conversation, as a man, you have to know when it's the right time to move things forward, and you got to be bold enough to do it. I've seen a lot of guys, they'll get into an interaction 15 to 45 minutes, everything is going smooth, you're out at a social place downtown, there's plenty of venues around, and you'll be standing at the bar next to the woman, but you don't know how to move the interaction forward. You don't know how to go, hey, you know what? Y'all are really cool. I enjoy talking to y'all. Have y'all been to such and such bar down the street? Oh, no, you never been? Cool, let's close the tab and go down there. They have a great drink menu, and I want to keep talking to y'all. Or, you meet a woman, let's say out in the daytime somewhere, and I've seen a lot of guys, the interaction will go 5-10 minutes, it's all good, and then they kind of just stand there, and it gets very awkward. They don't know how to go, you know what, I enjoyed meeting you. I find you very attractive and interesting. Let me give you my number, and let's meet up this Friday. I'll be free after 5 p.m. when I get off work. We can go downtown to a nice lounge and enjoy a drink. They don't know how to move it forward. You don't want to put a woman in a position where she feels pressure to move the interaction forward herself. The same thing goes for if you pull a woman home and you're trying to close the deal and make something intimate pop up. You don't want to put a woman in a position to where you don't know how to romantically and smoothly escalate things in a way that makes her comfortable, gives her the satisfaction she wants. Guys will sit on the couch with a broad and not know how to put his bid in, if that makes sense. Number 5, and most important, is the emotional neediness. See, this comes from a variety of places, but really a lot of times men didn't get the reassurance that they needed from their mother. They got mommy issues, and they haven't put in the work in their self-development to increase their self-image, self-esteem, and confidence to actually make themselves whole and complete internally. So what happens is they are looking for that reassurance, that acceptance and validation from the women that they date. This typically doesn't come out until a man is already seeing a woman for a certain amount of time, and whenever he gets into a position where he's kind of locked in with a woman, that's when that neediness comes out. And nothing is more of a turnoff than a man who needs a woman to actually provide comfort and nurturing that his mother should have provided or would have provided. It reminds the woman of nurturing a child, and a woman wants a man, not a boy. A woman wants a man to make her feel comfortable, not a child man that she has to comfort. Get these 5 things down and your dating life will improve dramatically. And again, if you want to book a free consultation with me, click the link in my bio and we can schedule a time.